this one. Approaching 1 minute to go in the first half. Jackie Jones wide open three. Nothing.
That's too easy in giving up the size advantage that you have down low. Wayne State's got to get back in the paint, back to their bread and butter, whether they have Sharita Brown in there or not. We've seen Ashley Wilson be able to do some things outside the post and facing the basket. I think they got to go inside, get some cuts going to the basket, but they can't just give up these easy possessions. That was an air ball and the foul. That's the worst combination of things you can have coming out of a possession.
That was the 17th foul for Wayne State. So Malone in the penalty, 1-1. And Logan Pastor gets the first one. She earns herself another shot. This is the largest deficit for Wayne State in this tournament. Just 3 points.
Yeah, that's
now 4.
And they're not playing their best, but this is how they played toward the end when they started to struggle is they just didn't have any fluidity, any flow to their offense. A lot of times, again, we harp on Sharita Brown's foul troubles, but that's the impact of this, and you got to lean on your depth and some of your other players to give you that same sort of production. You can't expect it every time.
Jackie Jones, too strong, rebound, comes away to Malone, and Reel dribbles it up. She's going to set up her offense. 40 seconds to go in the half, 20 on the shot clock, so there's about a 19-second differential between game and shot. Up and under down there, it's Lindsay Snyder. It's a 6-point lead for Malone, and Carrie Lohr needs a timeout. We'll stay right here.
And this is now a 10-2 run. Check that, 12-2 run. And this is Malone actually being Wayne State, going down and going deep into the post and getting easy layups in the basket, which is kind of a reversal of roles that we've seen, where Wayne State has tried to go outside a little bit more to try to get their baskets, and they haven't been successful at it.
A lot of confidence coming out of that huddle from Malone.
Yeah, and you saw it building. When they closed that 6-point deficit and they got it down to 1, you saw them start to feel a little good about themselves and smell themselves a little bit. Now they built a 6-point lead.
Shot clock is off. Wayne State down by 6. We'll see what Carrie Lohr drew up in the huddle. Down low, Kayla Bridges, tied up. They're going to get a jump ball, and the ball's going to go over to Malone.
Since that 12:04 mark, where Wayne State led 18-12, Malone is on a 21-9 run. That 12-point turnaround turned that 6-point deficit into a 6-point lead.
Jason Mishler calls a timeout to match forward. Pioneering forward, Thursday's victory versus Ashland gave Malone their first 20-win season since 2001.
Yeah, I mean, that's turning this program around. In his 3rd season, he started with a couple of losing records, and now he's got this thing at 20-9. Malone just getting into the GLIAC last year, so they're getting some consistent competition, and they found their level in that GLIAC South Division. Some of the Wayne State fans, younger fans, future Warriors entertaining the rest of the crowd.
And a great crowd on hand here today as well.
Every game. Joe Abramson and I were talking a little bit earlier. 5 years ago or so, you wouldn't have seen this crowd. You wouldn't have seen Wayne State playing in the GLIAC tournament either. This is really a good testament to what the athletic program here has done, not just in women's basketball, but in most of their sports.
Selena Reel couldn't get it to go. That shot came after the buzzer. No good, and that is it. So after 20 minutes of play, Wayne State trails it 33-27. A lot did not go right for Wayne State. Malone has come in here with some confidence. And right now we will go to Joe Abramson with Carrie Lohr. Joe?
All right, Coach, went from a 6-point lead to a 6-point deficit. Shots just aren't falling. Are you finding the shots that you want?
No, not at all. We're taking hurried shots, quick shots, and we're not attacking like we were early in the game. We're settling for 15, 19, 20, 22-footer, and that's just really getting us out of rhythm. So we've got to have a better shot selection, and defensively we've got to turn it up.
Are you going to try to make adjustments at halftime as far as getting it into the low post on offense?
We definitely just have to, I wouldn't say adjustments, but, we really just have to get back to playing how we play. I think they took us out of rhythm. We gotta do a better job of trying to control the tempo.
All right, Coach, thanks. Guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. And don't think we could have said it any better than what Kerry Lohr had said. Wayne State had the advantage inside in the paint, and then all of a sudden they started taking jump shots, and a 6-point lead turned into a six-point halftime deficit.
Right, which is really confusing because we know that Wayne State has had a lot of instances this season where Sharita Brown has been out, they've had to go to other folks, and they've been able to survive in those situations. That hasn't been an issue. It's just sometimes you lose your identity when you get sped up a little bit. And like Kerry Lohr said, they got sped up, they got out of their routine and what they typically try to do.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, the halftime interview with Joe Abramson, and of course, first half highlights and stats. You are watching Wayne State Warrior basketball here on CN 900.
Pretended to be so great.
Well, if it sounds too good to be true.
It was. And to think I had the internet speeds I needed with Xfinity all along. Guess now I know who my real friends are.
Well, listen, the important thing is that you found the speeds you were looking for. A little bit of yourself along the way.
You were so smart.
No, you're smart.
No, because you were so smart.
No, you are.
You're right. All right.
Awesome is coming back to the fastest internet and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your...
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Hey, we're joined now by Wayne State softball coach Gary Bryce in his 33rd year. And Gary, the team's off to a good start. I know you've played down south already, 9-1. How are you looking, though? 9-1, it's kind of usual for you, but I know you're a little different than you were last year.
Well, we have Lindsay Butler back. She was the freshman that had a blood clot in her throwing arm, and she's recovered from that. And she's throwing really well. And Brianna Lee, the second thrower, is a junior, and she's come on really well. Started at the end of last year, so we've been very fortunate to have two exceptional throwers right now.
And the pitching has been kind of the key for this team. I know the hitting, I guess hitting's always a little bit behind, but that's been the case so far, isn't it?
Well, it's just like baseball. You win with good pitching, and the fortunate thing you have in softball is your pitchers can throw every day, where in baseball, obviously, they have to have some time off.
Talk about injuries. I know last year you were affected by injuries, and it seems like this year you're already being affected with Nikki Fulton and I think a few others.
Well, again, Lindsay was the big one last year with the blood clot. Nikki's been our starting second baseman for 3 years and captain of the team the last couple years, and she's got a partial tear in her left shoulder labrum that's not her throwing arm, and she's going to have surgery on the 25th of March and be out. We have a pitcher, Mackenzie Bulliard, who won 17 for us last year. She has a problem with her forearm, and she's trying to get that taken care of. She'll be able to throw some in Florida. And our third baseman, Jade McGarr broke her ankle in Chicago 2 weekends ago, but she may be back after Florida, so we'll see.
And for anybody wondering, they played in Chicago a few weeks ago. That was indoors.
Correct. Awesome. You want to make a lot of money, build one of those.
Let's talk about the weather. You know, you're going to go down south again and play a little bit, but when you get back up here, you have home games scheduled in March. There has to be some concern with the snow on the ground as to how many of these games are going to get played as scheduled.
Well, you can shovel the field, okay, and that would be good by shoveling it, but it's the water. Once it thaws, it's how much water is down below, and that would cause a problem right there.
I know there's only so many dates you can use for makeups. It's a little different than it was in the past. I know you told me there was one time where I think you had snow on the ground through April. But what do you do as far as rescheduling games if you do lose a few early on?
Well, you can, as long as your opponent is willing to reschedule on a particular date, that's fine. If you lose a lot of dates, I was just talking to the umpire-in-chief, the arbiter, and he was talking about going down to Columbus where they have 32 fields and maybe having a weekend where you might play 5 games to try to make those up. And that's just an idea. It's being kicked around. We'll see what happens.
And this team right now, you're ranked 14th in the country. You're always a power. You're always in the mix with that. You were just picked to finish second in the GLIAC. Seems like it's always you, Grand Valley, and Ashland in any particular order that you want to come up with. What is it that's made this program so consistently successful throughout the years?
Well, I'd like to think good assistant coaching. We've been able to recruit some good kids. They've been good academically. They've been good on the softball field. And I think that's what it's all about. I think it gets down to if you have good pitching, you have a chance to be successful.
And you talk about those players, and one thing we've noticed, and I think it's the same this year, you have your seniors that are important. Your freshmen always contribute a little bit when you need them, but it seems like as those freshmen become sophomores, they become juniors, they become seniors, they learn the way this program works, and they're able to tell the new people how this is done, and it seems like it's a continuous flow year to year.
Well, the coin, what University of Michigan has done is it's about the team. I think it's important that everybody takes an active part and responsibility for what's going on. And this year, probably more than others, they've all done that and showed up in Chicago when we had to play a lot of different people in different spots. They rose to the occasion, they did the job. And when you're playing, when everybody's taking part, that makes it a lot easier.
Another thing on your roster, you've got players like Brianna Lee, for example, who are position flexible. If she's not pitching, she's playing first or she's playing in the outfield. You have a few players like that. How important and how valuable is that to have players that can play multiple positions?
I think at our level it's really important because we carry 18 players. You don't have a JV or freshman team. And you can't go out and recruit somebody at the last minute to fill in, so you need to be versatile.
Talk about losing Nikki Fulton most likely for the whole year, and she was the GLIAC Player of the Year, I believe, 2 seasons ago. That's an important piece to miss, but you do have players that you can kind of interchange between positions like you're talking about. Talk about some of those players that are going to be responsible for multiple spots on the field.
Well, for example, when Jade went out at third base, we took Amanda Bernard, who's a senior, who's been primarily a first baseman catcher for us, played third. We also had Gabby Williams, who was a freshman shortstop for us last year. She was out in Chicago. She had the flu. We took a freshman, Devin, came in and played, hadn't played shortstop at all for us, did a great job. But we do that in practice. We put people in multiple positions just in case somebody goes down. And fortunately for us, they've been pretty successful so far.
Another thing we've noticed, you've always had a good combination of having a power hitter or two, but you also have had good base running, good speed. Is that the case again this season?
We probably don't have the power that we've had in the past, but we're quicker than we've been. Again, we have more people we can put in to run, and they can stay in the game and play a spot, so we don't have to take them out and lose them right away. And I think that's going to help us in the long run.
I want to change the topic a little bit to another sport, just because I don't know how many people know this, but at one time, Gary Bryce was the women's basketball coach here at Wayne State, and it was a while ago, but how nice is it to see this program doing so well?
Well, I think it's awesome. I mean, I always kid my ex-wife in the 70s when women were out burning their bras. I might have been there with them, and they've come a long ways, and it's great for the women to do this. I think it's been since 1979 or 80 that they won a championship. So awesome for them, and I hope they continue to go forward.
And that's something we've seen here throughout the years with Wayne State, that all the coaches support each other and the programs all support each other. And you don't get that at every university, but here it is like one big family within the athletic department.
Well, I think Rob stresses that at the coaches' meetings and so on, one for all for one, kind of like the Three Musketeers. And I think that's important. You want every program to be successful because it helps you in recruiting. You get knowledge out there, and people are more willing to come, and that makes it great for everybody.
And another thing that helps is having coaches like you that stay around 33 years and you've stayed loyal to the program and made it the success that it is. There's got to be something about this place that keeps you people around.
Well, I don't know if that's smart or not. But, I love the coach. I've coached a lot of things. I was a football player at Michigan and coached football for a while. So kind of a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, but your name is on the Wayne State softball program. It's the Gary Bryce program. And I know that Pat's been a huge part as an assistant, but you really have made your mark here with this program.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Gary, thank you so much for your time. I know we're going to be seeing you during the season. Best of luck down south and best of luck for the rest of the year.
Thank you very much.
All right.
What are your neighbors doing?
Oh, are they gyrating?
Yeah?
Yeah. That's the no rain dance. They don't have Xfinity, so bad weather interferes with their satellite service.
It's a no rain dance. Wow.
You should see them on game days.
It looks like fun.
It's not.
Awesome is reliable TV service, rain or shine, with Xfinity.
Even when you're out and about, you're never far from home. The new Xfinity Home Control lets you shut off your lights, adjust your thermostat, and even make sure the repairman got in, all while you're on the go. Simplify your life with the total home control solution. And you can save up to 10% on your annual energy costs. Add Xfinity Home Control for as low as $9.95 a month with no term contract to sign. And we'll get you started today with an easy-to-use equipment pack starting at just $99.95. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
It is it's 33-27. Wayne State trails right now at the half by 6 points. A 12-2 run to end the half by Malone. And let's show you how it got there. Wayne State did some nice things inside. Sharita Brown got the hoop. Wayne State was controlling the paint the entire half, and then all of a sudden, they just went away with it. Amari Redfield is going to get the basket here on the nice entry pass by Jackie Jones. That is Amari Redfield down there.
Yeah, she gets it off the second opportunity. But that's what they got to do a little bit more of, is remember who they were and who they are and how they got here. And it wasn't by shooting jump shots, and that's what Carrie Laura alluded to.
Caleb Bridges inside. The points in the paint for the Warriors, they were dominating. Here's Ashley Wilson. All of a sudden, they just became a jump shooting team, and while that one went in for Ashley Wilson, Rod, at some point, the jumpers didn't go in anymore.
Right, and sometimes it's playing with a different lineup. Again, with Sharita Brown out of there, they get into some different combinations that they're maybe not used to, so they don't have this is the shooter, this is the person we got to go to in this particular lineup. So they got to get back to what their bread and butter and what they do. And
we'll take a look at the halftime stats now. You see Wayne State shooting just 11 of 29 from the field. They are being out-rebounded, and that three-point number, Rod, 1 of 7.
Yeah, those are just not good numbers. Those are typical Wayne State numbers if you go back and look at the box scores throughout the rest of the season. So that points in the paint definitely has to come up. If Malone is still winning that at the end of this game, there's almost no way Wayne State's going to capture this game.
Wayne State being turned over at a 2-to-1 ratio by Malone as well. 8 turnovers to 4. Let's take a look at Sharita Brown's numbers for this one. And Sharita Brown, 1 of 2, 3 points in 9 minutes. They need their best player to be their best player.
And what's not there is the 2 fouls, and that's the cause for all of that. If she didn't have those 2 fouls, she would have played a lot more than 9 minutes. And I think that's what Carrie Laura alluded to. They're going to get back to their bread and butter. They're going to get Sharita Brown the ball in the post and let her go to work.
Selena Reel came in and hit 2 big 3-pointers to account for her 6 points. She's doing just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and during that 12-2 run toward the end of the half, and we said it was a 21-9 run, that's when they started to hit from outside. And we said the first 3-pointer that Sydney hit was that Sydney pin that she hit was going to start igniting their offense and give them some confidence, and that's exactly what happened.
No question about it. So the final 20 minutes of play here with a spot in the GLIAC championship game up for grabs. And Wayne State would love nothing more than to play that championship game right here. It's going to be played inside the Mathau regardless of who wins this game. Wayne State would sure like it to be them. They get the ball first, down by 6 at the half.
And Malone is really trying to deny Sharita Brown the ball on the inside, but that's where you got to be quick on the wings and rotating to the weak side.
Desi Levita-Stevens nowhere to go. Andrea Hughes cuts in the paint, leaves it off for Amari Redfield. There you go. If Wayne State is going to get back in this thing and ultimately win it, that's where they're going to do it, inside the paint. They can do that. They own the block.
And I expect you'll see that for the first 5 or 6 possessions. It's nothing but going straight to the paint. Good defense
by Andrea Hughes. Ball on the ground, tied up.
She got up.
They're going to call a foul on, is that Desi Levita-Stevens down there? I believe it is, and they're going to get her for a foul.
Just trying to hustle on the backdoor cut. Desi has it, but that's just some good defense and really trying to get it back from Selena Real.
That's a foul that I think Carrie Lohr can live with. Desi just trying to go after that ball.
And if Desi's not scoring, she's got to contribute in other ways, and just going after 50-50 balls like that is one way that she can help contribute.
Shot by Simers is good.
And that's good for Malone. They'll take that. Again, all of the inside stuff that they got in the paint in the first half was just bonus. They're more a perimeter team, and all of this extra stuff is just good defense.
Andrea gets called for the offensive foul. Going the other way. We'll take another look at this. Good call by the officials.
Well, she looked to be moving too. You talked about the one call in the first half. That defender looked to be moving a little bit more than in that first one we saw.
Selena Real took the charge, but a turnover by Malone, and the ball goes back to Wayne State. So here we go. It was a 6-point halftime deficit. A minute and 20 seconds in, it's still a 6-point deficit for Wayne State.
Now let's see, Malone's going to stay in this 2-3, but Wayne State's going to try to wheel Sharita Brown around to try to get her some looks.
Inside, Amari hit. Amari Redfield going to the line for 2, and it's real evident right now Carrie Lohr's game plan is to get that ball deep inside near the basket.
That's a good skip pass to get Redfield the ball on the opposite side behind Sharita Brown. What Redfield's got to do is take one bounce, go straight to the rim and lay it right in, and she'll get away from that defender on the backside that was able to foul her, and now she's missed a free throw, so there's value in this now.
Amari Redfield, a 56% free thrower during the season, misses the first. Got's the second.
Got's the second one.
Gets the second one.
The grammar police will be after you.
Yes.
But I understand. I know.
Thank you. Easy for you to say at home. Penn. Too strong. Sharita Brown the rebound. Ahead to Jackie Jones. Jackie kind of takes her time here and lets Sharita and Amari get into the action. Sharita Brown with that rebound, just the second player in Wayne State University history with 500 points and 300 rebounds. Congratulations to the best player on the floor right now, number 24, Sharita Brown.
Moniece Thomas was the first on that 1981 team that we've talked about, was the last to win a regular season GLIAC championship. So, good company to be in.
Redfield misfires on the 3. Levita-Stevens inside. The rebound back up and in. Desi Levita-Stevens pulls the Warriors to within 3.
That is a hard-earned rebound and putback, and she's probably the smallest player on the court. But really went amongst the trees to get that, and a nice lefty putback too.
Shot by Real, and that is through. Selena Real with her third triple of the game has doubled up the Wayne State deficit now to 6. Levita Stevens tries to answer, clanks it off the iron, and Penn with the rebound hands it back to Real.
And that's one of those quick shots that Carrie Laura alluded to at halftime is you got to run your offense a little bit more. There's no shot clock rush there. So it's an open shot, but it's not necessarily a smart shot or the best shot that you're going to be able to get.
Lindsay Snyder. Now Sydney Penn fires. Too strong again. Rebound fought for, won by Snyder, and puts it in. So now the Warriors trail by their largest deficit of the game. They are down by 8. 16 and a half to go in the game.
And that's just not getting that rebound. Snyder was a lot more aggressive. She went amongst 2 Wayne State players to get to it.
Hooping the foul. What an entry pass by Jackie Jones, and Sharita Brown comes down with it, puts it up and in. She will go to the line to try to convert on the 3-point play. That's exactly what they needed, Rod.
Again, we've only seen that once or a dozen times or 2 dozen times all season where Sharita Brown, nice on her feet, nice hands, gets it, puts it right back up, absorbs the contact on the foul. She's going to try to get this free throw to cut this lead back down to 5.
Too strong. Pass up ahead. Simers got it, and the foul. My goodness. Simers beat everybody down the floor. Andrea Hughes included, and Hughes hit her on the arm as she was going up. And Simers is going to go to the line to try to connect on a 3-point play. My goodness.
Well, credit Malone is they're not. Every time Wayne State tries to knock on the door again and have an answer, they're answering back with another basket. They convert their three-point play, so this lead jumps up to 9 now, biggest of the game.
The lead goes to 9, as Rod had mentioned, approaching 16 minutes to go.
And now it's just about execution for Wayne State, and for Malone, it's going to be about defense. You got to get some stops here.
Jackie drives, floats it up, too strong. Rebound goes to Logan Pastor. Selena Real now gives it up to Sydney Penn. Penn has been ultimately quiet in this game. She had 20 in the first, but it's Real right now who's doing the damage. 3 of 3 from downtown. Jackie with a hand in it. 5 on the shot clock. Real in the middle. Too strong. Sharita Brown hauls in the rebound. Ahead to Jackie. Amari Redfield now in the middle of 3 defenders. Not the greatest of decisions there, but here comes Penn. Lays it up. No. Back tap by Hughes. Desi Levita Stevens now, 1-on-2. What will she do? She'll wait for Amari Redfield to come down. Amari was calling for it, but didn't get it. Levita Stevens
not a good
fires.
shot. Not a good shot. Just not a good shot. No rush in the shot clock. No reason to put that up there.
Just airmailed it.
Yeah, she felt it. She thought it was there, and it wasn't. And she hasn't had a great outside shooting game. So just a bad decision there by Desi Levita Stevens.
Logan Pastor now. Malone's lead is ballooned to 11. We're going to stay right here as Carrie Lohr calls a timeout, and you saw how fired up Jason Mishler was. He is imploring his team to keep it going. The veins are popping out of his neck. He is on fire.
Well, he sees it, and you know you can rally a team after you show them what you can do against Ashland if you stay together and play together, and they're just playing well right now. They're capitalizing on all of the Wayne State mistakes. That's just pure. That's just a pure jumper, and you feel like you've got Wayne State on the ropes, so you want to be able to finish this, and you don't want to relax at all, and that's what Mishler and the Pioneers are doing. They're going right at Wayne State and just being unrelenting on the offensive end.
Everything going Malone's way now. You see the look of determination.
And they believe. They absolutely believe. Coming in this tournament as the 5th seed, I don't think very many people had them favored against Ashland. They pull off that upset, and now they're looking to knock off the top seed here.
See the look of two faces. You saw Selena Reel on one end, and there's Sharita Brown looking for answers here. A 10-2 scoring run for the Pioneers over the Warriors in the last 2 minutes and 41 seconds, and because of that 10-2 scoring run, the lead is up to 11.
And remember, Wayne State had cut this to 3 after Desmond Levita Stevens' little layup right under the rim, the putback at the 17:43 mark. We're about 3 minutes from that, and this lead has gone back up to 8 points more than that. They're up 11 now.
Good math by you.
Pretty good with the digits.
Kristen Long into the game for Desi. Andrea Hughes, under 10 to go on the shot clock, and Amari careless with the basketball a little bit. 4 to go on the shot clock. Somebody's got to shoot it. Nobody recognizes it, and it's going to be a shot clock violation.
Just not a good possession.
And with that, we'll take a timeout. 14:08 to go in the game. Wayne State trails by 11. Malone leads it 45-34. You are watching Wayne State Warrior basketball here on CN 900, your local network.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your...
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Malone up 11 on Wayne State here in the second half. You know, yesterday they announced the women's all-GLIAC basketball teams, and there's players from both teams in this game that made it. Let's start with Sharita Brown from the Warriors. First team all-GLIAC. She led the nation in field goal percentage. She is averaging 20.5 points per game, 11.8 rebounds per game. Also for the Warriors, Amari Redfield made the second team. For Malone, Sydney Penn and Selena Reel both made the second team. By the way, Penn and Sharita Brown also made the all-defensive team. The Warriors are going to need an all-GLIAC type performance if they're going to come back from this one.
No question about it, and they also need to do some more damage in the paint. On Wednesday in round 1, Wayne State outscored Hillsdale 38-22 in the paint. Right now, it's even at 20. The turnover by Malone just there was their 6th. Wayne State has 10. Kristen Long with a wild shot in the lane, doesn't go. And the field goal percentage number drops for Wayne State as well. Selena Reel drives, hit by Andrea Hughes.
I'm speechless. You got to find ways to get Sharita Brown the ball in the post. They've done it no matter what the defense has been. They've figured out ways to do it. Today, it is just not happening. We talked about the rebounding numbers. That Malone is up 28-23. If Malone wins that rebounding margin, game's over. Game's over. There's nothing else Wayne State's going to be able to do because they don't have the guards to be able to stay with what they're able to do, with what Malone's able to do.
And Wayne State just 1 of 10 from downtown. That is a big reason why they're down by 11 points right now. They've got some opportunities. Malone has been careless with the basketball on the offensive end for the last couple of possessions, but Wayne State has not been able to capitalize. Jackie
there
Jones now.
Got to get Brown the
down
ball.
Down low to Sharita, bracketed. Kristen Long didn't shoot it. Andrea now 5 to shoot on the shot clock. 3. Sharita, too strong. Rebound, putback. Yes. Sharita Brown with a rebound and putback. That's how Wayne State gets back into this one.
But you got to do it on the next possession as well. This can't be a spotty thing. They got to keep going to her and keep feeding her. That was one of the keys. You got to feed her and keep her happy.
The lead has been cut to 9. Logan passed her for 3. No, and Jackie Jones with the rebound. Jackie working against Penn. Careless with the basketball. That may have gone off of Andrea Hughes, but the referees are going to confer here. I believe it's going to stay down with Wayne State because nobody saw it go off of Hughes.
And Mishler is waiting with bated breath to see what this decision is going to be. He knows this is a big possession. That 2 straight baskets here for Wayne State will really boost their confidence.
And it'll stay Wayne State basketball. And if you can see Mishler's reaction, my goodness, he's losing his mind. He is losing his mind.
Now, I got this one for you. Here's our doppelganger. You know who he looks like?
No.
Keanu Reeves in The Matrix.
There you go. If he's not careful, he's going to
Neo.
get a technical foul here. If he's not careful, he's going to get a tech here. He's about to cry right now. Rightfully so. I mean, Rod, there's a lot on the line here, man.
He understands how games change, and they spin on just one possession like that.
Every possession matters. A 9-point game. Sharita, she can drive it, and she does. In the lane, down low, gonna walk.
That's
a makeup call.
That's an iffy call. She's making a couple of moves there in the post, in motion. They're gonna say she picked up that extra foot though, that pivot foot. That's a travel.
So no harm, no foul on the call there to keep Wayne State with it. Logan past her drives, no, Sharita the rebound. Looking for somewhere to go, so she dribbles it up herself.
Now I think they got to flop that. They got to get Ashley Wilson out of the post there and get Sharita Brown that look. From that same position, reverse the ball to the weak side.
Ashley in deep, goes around, up and under Ashley Wilson. My, oh my, she's got a smile on her face. The lead down to 7 now, 11 and a half to go.
Well, fully to me and my thoughts about what they should do. No, that's an excellent move by Ashley Wilson to get herself free there.
The crowd chanting defense, imploring the Warriors.
It's just about stops. They need about 3 or 4 stops down the stretch here and get some conversions out of it.
Shot blocked by Sharita Brown. Brown on a defense, they got it. Now ahead to Jackie. She's looking for it. Drives against Penn. Kristen Long.
Slow. Good job.
Sharita wants to shoot that. You know she does, and it's not the right thing to do. Ashley Wilson rushed it a little bit too much. She may have gotten a little excited, but that was out of position.
See, and again, the problem there, your 2 best rebounders, Ashley Wilson with the ball, Sharita Brown at the top of the key. If you miss that shot, you're not likely to get that rebound. You just got to think about time and place and what's going on there.
Sydney Penn down low. Logan Pastor can't get it to go. Another rebound for Sharita Brown. Sharita, too strong.
Well, we know my opinion on Sharita Brown in the three-pointer, so I won't belabor that point.
And a timeout for Malone. We're going to take a break too. With 10:15 to go in the game, Wayne State making a bit of a run down just 7. 45-38 Malone leads it. You are watching Wayne State Warrior basketball here on CN 900.
What are your neighbors doing?
Oh, are they gyrating?
Yeah?
Yeah. That's the no rain dance. They don't have Xfinity, so bad weather interferes with their satellite service.
The no rain dance. Wow.
You should see them on game days.
It looks like fun.
It's not.
Awesome is reliable TV service, rain or shine, with Xfinity.
Even when you're out and about, you're never far from home. The new Xfinity Home Control lets you shut off your lights, adjust your thermostat, and even make sure the repairman got in, all while you're on the go. Simplify your life with the total home control solution. And you can save up to 10% on your annual energy costs. Add Xfinity Home Control for as low as $9.95 a month with no term contract to sign. And we'll get you started today with an easy-to-use equipment pack starting at just $99.95. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Hey fans, catch the replays of all the Wayne State Warrior Hoops games Sundays at 9, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and Thursdays at 9 a.m. only on CN 900, your local sports network. What a game, what a finish we're about to have here, Rod.
Absolutely. It's turning into the game that we thought it would be. The first half was a bit of the anomaly. Now we're starting to see the playoff intensity that this is. It's going to be a great 10 minutes as we finish up.
Sharita Brown, 7 rebounds, 7 big rebounds in this game. She's also got 7 points along with 3 blocks. Amari Redfield leads the way with 11 points for the Warriors.
And Amari's been quiet for the past few minutes here. She's been stuck on 11 for a bit.
Real, she's got 3 triples in the game. And she drives left-handed, yes. Selena Real puts the end to their scoring drought, their last scoring field goal before that one, 14:42 mark, where that was about a 5-minute scoring drought. Sharita Brown down low, she just had to turn around and shoot it.
That is not a good call. That is not a good call by the referee at all. That defender looked to be still moving and leaning when Ashley Wilson bumped into her.
Take a look at this replay, I think, because Sharita Brown just had to turn around and put it up off the glass.
Yeah, because the defender flopped the way she did and fell the way she did, then the referees are automatically going to call that as a charge. It just didn't look to be there. Fortunate break from Malone that they get the ball up 9 already. Less than 10 left.
9.5 to go in the game. Shot by Tara Schafter is good. Lead balloons back to 11. Wayne State might have to start abandoning their game plan a little bit of going down low so much.
Well, I think they're still fine. There's still plenty of time left. If this were down at the 5-minute mark,
it's almost as if, though, they're not even taking wide open shots when they're just simply wide open. You know, it's almost like there's an edict, don't shoot from the outside, just get it in the paint.
Well, because of the higher percentages, and that's who they are. They are an inside shooting team. I don't think you abandon that, but you got to start being a little bit more efficient with it is the issue.
Ashley Wilson, the rebound. That was a gift miss because Simons is wide open. I mean, Sharita can just do that all day. 4 people on her, up and nearly got that to go. 4 defenders on Sharita Brown. Somebody had to be wide open, though.
Right, now here's the problem with that play. Sharita Brown gets the ball inside. She doesn't go up quickly enough. She gets it here. She's got to turn and go. She takes that dribble, and that hesitation is what lets all 4 defenders converge on her. She's got to be quicker. As soon as she gets that ball, make the spin, get it up there before the help can get to her. Talked about the 7 points and the 7 boards.
Rattles home the first free throw. It's a 10-point game. Wayne State scores about 78 points per game. In average, just under 79 points per game. Right now, they've got 39.
They're halfway there.
With 8:27 to go in the game.
That's the good news. You're halfway there. The bad news is you only got 8 minutes left to get the other half.
Right.